Okay, when we start doing Abby's hair for a competition, we have her extensions already pre-curled. I put extensions in Abby's hair because it's only a little past shoulder length, just to give her some length. You will want 2 different kinds of hairspray. Big Sexy Hair and Aussie are the 2 that we use. Their instant freeze and their spray and stay have a little bit of give in them, so that's what I use when I'm spraying to keep her hair up, or when I'm spraying each curl. And then at the very end, got to be glued is what we put on. It doesn't really go anywhere, the finished product. You'll also want a teasing comb, which I found on Amazon, and a couple different hair ties. If you have really thick hair, or if you do want to put the extensions in, what we recommend doing is putting a small ponytail on the top of the hair just to get it centered, and so you know you can put the extensions around there, or you can bring all the other hair up to it. Once you have the little ponytail in, it should only be about 3 or 4 fingers from the top of the hair from Abby's bangs, and it comes straight up from the ear line. It should sit right on the top of their head. If you are adding the clip-in extensions, we clip them in right around this little ponytail. And as you pull the hair up over the extensions, they hide everything. These are already pre-curled just to save time. Once you have all the extensions in, or if you're not adding extensions, once you have your little ponytail in, you are going to pull up the rest of the hair to meet the ponytail or to cover the extensions. Now, you don't want to have any flyaways on your ponytail. So here is where you're going to want to use either your hairspray or your gel. I take the hairspray and I spray it on top of the hair and then brush it back. This helps get away any of those little flyaways. And we'll do that all over her head. Hairspray is your friend in a competition. You will go through a lot of it each season, and dirty hair will hold the best. So we will never wash Abby's hair the night before a competition, and on day 2 you don't wash it from the night before either. So that hair looks even better on day 2. Once all the hair is up, I will take more hairspray and a comb to really get all those little flyaways. And we'll secure it with a hair tie. Depending on how thick your hair is and how much volume you need, some people will use more than one hair tie here to keep their hair up and to help it with that poof. Abby has so much hair, one hair tie for us usually works, but if your hair is thinner, putting a second hair tie in will help you get that volume that you want to have the hair go over the bow. Now, half of Abby's hair is already curled because the extensions are in, but we do want to go through and curl her actual hair that has not been curled. When you do curl the hair, you never all curl it in the same direction. So if we take one under, you curl it and then spray it. The next little group of hair that you curl is going to be over. I alternate each time I curl her hair with under, over, so it doesn't end up in one big poof at the end. But every single time we curl her hair, we spray a little bit of hairspray on there. Okay, once you have a fully curled set of hair, the bow needs to go in. The bow has to go in before you start teasing or it will never get in. You also want to make sure the bow sits against the head, and in the center of the bow, there's always space for a bobby pin to go through there so you can fasten it to the head. So we will put this around her hair, fasten it a couple times so it stays. And the bow should sit up nice and high. Abs, can you look this way? You want to make sure the bow is centered. Take your bobby pin. Goes through hair, goes through bow. And this will get tucked back behind the bow as well. This should sit up pretty high on its own. You also can take bobby pins to pin down these little ears below if you want. Okay, now for the teasing. Can you flip forward, sweets?
Okay.
So you take your teasing comb, a little higher so they can see. Right there, thanks. Okay, her actual hair is super short, so I will tease, at least in the back, both sides of it, all of it. You tease a little bit on the one side, switch to the other side, kind of pull it apart. Need you to come up just like that, sweetie, thank you. Okay, so tease, tease, tease on one side, tease, tease, tease on the other side, separate. You want to separate so you get space, and after you tease, you spray with the, so tease on one side, tease on the other side, separate so it gives a nice little base, and spray. If you have longer hair, and for her extension parts, I will not tease, flip it up, the entire section of hair. You want to leave the curl at the end, so just a couple inches up. You're going to tease, tease, separate, and lay. Tease, tease, separate, and spray. Tease, tease, separate, and spray. Okay, head up just a little bit. Thanks, baby. So you still see the curls at the end, but the teasing part is giving it a big poof. And you want to make sure as you are doing this, the reason we're separating it is so we make it even. You want to see hair on both sides of her head. You don't want one big poof in the middle, or you want it to each side. You want to make sure as you do separate the hair, you are separating it equally to both sides. Thank you. Okay, at this point, I have teased almost all of Abby's hair. Abs, can you look this way so we can see the back?
Okay.
It's pretty big. It's on both sides. Now look at the camera. Can you look at the camera? I still have to, and it's getting pretty high. It's just about to the point of the bow. When you are doing the front, you want to save a few sections of the front that you do not really tease. So I am bobby pinning these together so I know not to touch them as I finish teasing her hair. You want to take the very front section of the hair and you are going to smooth it over the top so you don't really see the teased part underneath. It just looks like smooth hair. And like you can see, it's even getting higher now that we are in the front. Okay, so now I just have the front section left. You can see her hair is definitely poofy. She still has curls in the back, but the tease is basically holding everything up. So we will take the front section and I comb it out a little bit just to make it smooth to sit on the top. Basically, you're just, okay, Abs, I'm gonna have you look at the camera real quick so we can do this. Look at the camera. Thanks, sweetie. Okay, so we take the top pieces and you're gonna smooth it out and cover the teased sections in the front. So it basically looks like your hair is completely smooth and you don't really see the teased sections underneath. Kind of do this to cover the whole front of it. And then you take your heavy duty hairspray and you spray that in place. So that is sprayed. Your hair is done, and you take this hairspray, because she's not doing anything tonight, I'm not going to, but you would spray your heavy duty hairspray all around her hair to make sure that everything is completely in place, ready to go. And you have a curled, teased, high ponytail.
Yay!